、今回、見ていただいて
So this title that we're going to introduce today is called Dark Souls, which is a highly strategic tactical sword play action RPG that takes place in dark fantasy world. We've taken the team from Software that worked on the previous game Demon Souls, and we have collaborated. Namco Bandai Games has collaborated with From Software to create a new world with similar concepts, and deliver a brand new game to the audience called Dark Souls.
今回はですね、シームレスにつながった非常に
So
広大
for Dark Souls, we've created this vast world for high-level exploration. All the venues, all the maps are connected seamlessly, so the player can explore and travel through all the different worlds seamlessly. In Demon's Soul, you did mention sort of a main base where the players can come back to. But for Dark Souls, it's a little bit different. The player will start at this main base, but as he proceeds to different areas of the world, he will start to be able to create his own comeback points or bases throughout the entire world. So the base won't be somewhere that the player will constantly have to come back to. But while exploring, while discovering new areas of the maps and the worlds, the player will be able to place certain hubs that the player will always have the option to come back to when exploring.
はい、今回はですね、一番最初にプレイ
So similar to Demon's Souls, the player will start the game by selecting from a certain number of around 10 archetypes, and so the classes will be defined by that when the player first starts. But ultimately for Dark Souls, what we want the player to do is explore, define their own playstyles, define their own characteristics as they proceed through the game. This will include what type of magic you use, how you adjust your parameters, what kind of magic you use, what kind of character you actually want to create to define your playstyle. Some players may use a really long sword holding it with both hands, maybe use a shield and a sword. You know, depending on the player and how the player role plays his character will define how the player will be customized throughout the game.
はい、今回のですね、ネットワークの仕様の中で、
So in this Dark Souls, we don't intend to have the concept of world tendencies to be played as was played in Demon Souls. However, we do have an online network system that will allow users to sort of share experiences and sort of share playing styles. And depending on how the player role plays his or her character, how the player interacts with the other characters, will define a new feature that we have planted in Dark Souls. So we're hoping that the players can look forward to and experience directly in terms of what this new feature is going to be.
はい、これまた非常に難しくも面白い質問ですね。
So the concept of crafting for Dark Souls will obviously exist in the game. What we want the users to be able to do is discover items that will help to enhance, and for the users to have the option to enhance their own favorite weapons. So that concept alone will be an important part of the game and will be an aspect of the exploration and be part of the exploration that the players will have to do throughout the game and the world. In terms of the question regarding the crystal geckos, unfortunately they're not going to be left in the game. But according to the director, Mr. Miyazaki, that was one of his favorite enemies in the game. And so for Dark Souls, you'll probably see an upgraded, even better crystal gecko. So please look forward to discovering something very similar in the upcoming Dark Souls.
はい、今日プレゼンテーションさせていただいたゲームプレイの中には高いところからですね、
So in the presentation this morning, you may have seen the player use the environments to jump down on big bosses like Lesser Daemon to attack and apply more damage. So that is obviously an important part of this Dark Souls game, the use of the environments. But one thing we really want to emphasize is the exploration. Everything that you can see in the scenery, in the backgrounds, is something that you can actually go and access. So we're hoping that the players can explore, defeat enemies, even find new pathways, new areas of the game, even based on accidents. Maybe being attacked by an enemy will lead to the discovery of a new path.
デモンソウルというタイトルの時はですね、
Well, the experience with Demon Souls, from the Namco Bandai side, we were actually just users actually playing Demon Souls. We had nothing to do really with the direct development of the game itself. But we had information, and we had realized the success that Demon Souls has achieved in the past. And so from our standpoint, you know, we feel very honored. We are very excited to be able to collaborate with the same team to create a new game. We have heard that, you know, during development of Demon Souls, you know, the dev team wasn't really expecting this success that it actually experienced. But now that we have the results of Demon's Souls, we feel that that experience has acted in a positive way towards the creation of Dark Souls, so that we can achieve even numbers that are, 2 steps, 3 steps further.
はい、魔法に関しては今回は
As you saw in the presentation this morning, there's magic all the way from fireballs to being able to change yourself into a vase. The reason why we, or actually in terms of the numbers of types of magic that you can use, as compared to Demon's Souls, it's probably double the amount of variation in terms of the magic you can use. The reason why we implemented this is we want to really express and emphasize the added variety in gameplay styles. This Dark Souls we plan to release in 2011 on both PS3 and Xbox 360. I'm sure it's well anticipated, or people are looking forward to this new title. And so please look forward to more information to come, and look forward to several thousands of deaths when playing this game.